Hi guys, I'm Cañedo, and for today's experiment we're going to be making invisible ink out of lemon juice. So let's get to it. So the way this experiment is going to work is we're going to use lemon juice to write out a secret message in a blank piece of paper. And this works because, well, the lemon juice, right, we're in room temperature, so when it dries out in the white paper it will become invisible, right? It'll be hard to see. So the way that this becomes a secret message is because once it dries out and it becomes invisible, once it's put next to a heat source due to the oxidization process, the lemon juice itself will become kind of like brown, right? It'll oxidize. So you will be able to see the message that had disappeared. So now I'll show you the materials needed.
For this experiment, you will need a blank piece of paper, lemon, and then I'm using this little tiny cup right here to extract the lemon juice into there, a cotton swab so you can actually use it to, write out your hidden message, and a heat source. I'm going to be using a hair dryer. So we'll experiment with this. Hopefully this works.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the lemon juice into the little cup. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to write out your message. If you have one of those things where you can squeeze the lemon, it'd probably be easier than doing it by hand, but obviously you can do either. Just gonna squeeze out a little more. Voila, you got your lemon juice. Hopefully you can see it. I don't wanna spill it, but look, you can see it right there. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do is actually write out the message. Feel free to write whatever you want. I'm gonna draw a smiley face. So you pick up your cotton swab, kind of like dip it in the lemon juice, and you begin to write out your message. So you can see the smiley face, right? Paper's still wet, so you can kind of see it. And now we are gonna give it time for it to dry. It's very important that you remember to let the paper dry so that the ink disappears. Okay, so quick update. We're about 5 minutes in, and as you can see, it's already started to dry out. The smile, here's a lot of light, finished. But as you can see, the smile already kind of started disappearing, and see, it's not as visible anymore. And so we're gonna give it a little more time, and we're gonna start trying to test it. Remember, don't use a lot of the lemon juice, because then it'll be too wet, right? And it won't disappear as easily or as quickly. And yeah, that's all. And then remember to give it time for it to dry out fully. You want it to dry out fully. I think I've given it enough time. Check out the paper. Right. Now, the next thing you want to do, connect the dryer, which I already did. And you're gonna want to make it warm, so put it to the hottest you can, and we'll put the paper next to it, and we're gonna try to see if this works.
It's kind of difficult because the blow dryer doesn't really get every single spot at once. But so far you can see how the smile is getting a little here. We're getting a little bit of the eyes to start turning brown. And I tried adding little lemon spots along the whole paper to see if for some reason the whole face doesn't eventually turn up, to see if some of those other spots will, to further prove that this does work. As you can see, it kind of worked. There's some areas that you see more burnt than others, right? I added some little more marks over here to see if it worked. So overall, I'd say it worked. Maybe you used a better heat source that could like spread throughout, that could like burn up equally. It would work better. But as for the hidden message, the smiley face, you could see how here it's a little darker than the actual paper, which is a lot whiter. You could see how the oxidization process kind of like worked throughout it, and yeah, that was pretty cool. So now you know how to write your own secret messages.